Well, you want to incorporate to insulate your personal assets from any potential business liabilities you may have. Well, right now, I'm the only legal entity. I'm a person, I can make my own decisions. If I set up a corporation, it's represented by this minute book. This minute book becomes the legal entity, and this minute book and legal entity is separate than me. Well, let's use an example. Let's say I'm a plumber and I own my own plumbing business. So I own my plumbing business, I own my van, I own my tools. When I bill in my own personal name, and when I get paid in my own personal name. I put that money in my personal bank account. I also own my house, I own my van, and I own my cottage. There's no distinction between my business assets and my personal assets. Well, to follow the example, let's say I do a plumbing job in an apartment complex on the top floor. I make a mistake and it floods that suite, but it also floods all the suites underneath it. And it causes $150,000 worth of damage. Well, I'm liable for that damage. So not only do I have to sell my van and my tools, I may have to sell my car, my house, and my cottage to come up with the money to pay for that. Right. But had I incorporated, the corporation would have done the work. Now, I would have done it on behalf of the corporation, but it would be the corporation that would be responsible for that debt. So the corporation would have to sell its assets, which may include its service van and its tools. It may even have to empty out its bank account and declare bankruptcy. But my personal assets, my house and my car and my cottage, those are protected. They're insulated from the assets of the business. Well, the short answer is yes, there are tax benefits. But in July of 2017, the federal government announced it will be changing the Income Tax Act, and we don't yet know what those changes will be, which creates uncertainty. Good? Well, you're right. But we're keeping an eye on the situation. Once the changes are announced, we'll be better positioned to advise. Until then, we'll give you the best advice we can.